Every town has a place people refuse to visit. In the small town of Ash Creek, Maine, that place was Blackwood Manor. The old Victorian house stood alone on a hill, surrounded by dead trees and rusted iron fences. For nearly 50 years, no one had lived there. Yet, every night at exactly 12 a.m., neighbors claimed they heard someone whispering from inside. Most people believed it was only the wind. Daniel Brooks did not. Daniel was a freelance photographer who traveled across America searching for abandoned places. Ghost stories never frightened him. In fact, they attracted him. When he heard about Blackwood Manor, he packed his camera and drove through the rain until he reached the lonely hill. The house looked even older than the photographs online. Broken windows, rotting wooden walls, a front door hanging slightly open. As he stepped inside, cold air rushed past him. The smell of dust and mold filled every room. His flashlight barely cut through the darkness. The entrance hall was covered with faded family portraits. Oddly, every face had been scratched away except one little girl wearing a white dress. Daniel raised his camera. The flash lit the room for only a second. When the light disapparated, the portrait of the little girl was gone. His heartbeat quickened. "Probably my imagination," he whispered. He climbed the staircase. Each step ground bent his boots. At the end of the hallway stood a wooden door that seemed newer than everything else. It lonely opened by itself. Inside was a child's bedroom. A rocking chair moved gently back and forth, back and forth. No windows were open. Daniel aimed his flashlight across the room. The chair stopped moving. On the floor sat a teeny music box. Without worrying, it began playing a slow lullaby. He reached toward it. The music stopped. Silence filled the room. Then a child's voice whispered behind him, "Don't leave me." Daniel spun around. Nobody. His breathing became faster. He hurried downstairs, convinced someone was hiding inside the house. Every room was empty, every hallway silent. As he reached the front door, it slammed shut. The lock twisted by itself. His phone had no signal. His flashlight flickered. For a brief second, dozens of shadowy figures stood around him. Then they vanished. He forced himself to stay calm. There has to be another exit. Searching through the basement, he found an old diary covered in dust. The final page read, "If you hear the whispers, never answer them. The house remembers every voice." At that exact moment, the whisper returned. This time, it sounded exactly like Daniel's own voice. "Help me!" His blood turned cold. The whisper came again, closer, help me. It was coming from behind the basement hall. A faint cooking echoed from inside the bricks. Knock, knock. Against every instinct, Daniel pulled away several loose stones. Behind the wall was narrow, hidden room. Inside stood only one object. An old mirror. Its glass was cracked from top to bottom. As Daniel stepped closer, his reflection smiled. He did not. Terrified, he stumbled backward. The smiling reflection slowly raised on hand. Daniel's real hand remained frozen at his side. The reflection whispered on final sentences. You can leave, but I stay. Every light inside the house exploded at once. Daniel ran through the front door and never looked back. The next morning, police searched Blackwood Manor. They found Daniel's backpack, his camera, his flashlight, but Daniel himself had disappeared. The only photograph saved on his memory card showed him standing inside the hallway, looking directly into the camera, smiling. Even though investigators confirmed Daniel had been taking the pictures himself, and to this day, visitors claim that every midnight someone whispers from the second floor, if you answer, Blackwood Manor remembers your voice forever.